Hey there, movie lovers. Welcome back to Rocky Watches Movies. Today we're locking and loading for some serious action with John Wick from 2014. This high-octane thriller redefined the modern action genre with its slick choreography, intense gunfights, and an excellent performance from Keanu Reeves. But how much do you really know about what went on behind the scenes? So load up on ammo and let's shoot through 20 things you never knew about John Wick. Screenwriter Derek Kolstad wrote a revenge thriller titled Scorn, which first circulated in 2012. He revealed that he drew inspiration from films like Taken from 2008 and Man on Fire from 2004, both of which featured relentless men with specialized skills seeking vengeance. By the time the film was released in 2014, it had been renamed John Wick. According to Kolstad, this was because Keanu Reeves repeatedly referred to the script by the character's name, and distributor Lionsgate felt it would be a missed opportunity for free publicity. While writing Scorn, Kolstad chose to name his protagonist after his grandfather, John Wick, a businessman who owned Wick Building Systems in Madison, Wisconsin. Initially, Kolstad worried that his grandfather might not see it as a compliment. After all, Wick is a contract killer. But the real John Wick was delighted. He said, "I was tickled by Derek using my name for a movie, and the hitman character was just frosting on the cake." When Reeves signed on, he brought in Chad Stahelski and David Leitch, two stuntmen he had worked with on the intense action sequences in The Matrix. The duo ran 8711 Action Design, a company specializing in action and stunts. While Reeves initially wanted them involved in the film's action choreography, he was secretly hoping they would also be interested in directing. Fortunately for everyone involved, they agreed. Due to Directors Guild of America rules, though, Stahelski ultimately received sole directing credit, while Leitch was credited as a producer. Kolstad had originally envisioned Wick as significantly older. In his mind, he was a spry old man who had been retired for 25 years. When Reeves joined the project, he told Kolstad, "I'm going to play him 35. Eager to see his script brought to life, Kolstad had no objections. Despite the entire series being set in motion by the senseless murder of his dog Daisy, Lionsgate executives were initially hesitant about that particular plot point. The detail remained a flux right up until a preview screening, where audiences understood that only a severe transgression would push Wick out of retirement. Kolstad explained, "There was pushback from all different angles until that first screening. We were watching the audience. As soon as the dog died and we saw their reaction, followed by the siege at the house, we knew we were right." One of the most impressively choreographed moments is the nightclub fight scene. What makes this scene remarkable is how Keanu memorized it. He learned the entire sequence on the days it was filmed and performed it flawlessly. What makes it even more spectacular is that he was battling the flu at that time, running a fever of 104. The scenes were shot over 2 days, with Reeves powering through both. Referring to John Wick as the Baba Yaga doesn't quite make sense, as the Baba Yaga is a female figure from Slavic folklore. In the John Wick universe, this name seems to be used as a synonym for the boogeyman. However, the Baba Yaga is a genuine mythical being, and in every version of the lore, she is always depicted as female. In some tales, she is a terrifying old woman who kidnaps children, while in others, she is a more benevolent figure who helps those in need, provided she sympathizes with them. There are several consistent elements in Baba Yaga folklore. She resides in the woods and is closely associated with the surrounding wildlife. She flies around in a wooden mortar and lives in a hut that stands on chicken legs. Baba Yaga is a prominent figure in Russian storytelling, which likely explains why the name was chosen. It may symbolize John's Russian heritage to some extent. After watching, please check out our new channel, Rocky Goes to Hollywood, where we look into the lives and careers of the amazing people who made the classic movies we still love to this day. There's a link in the description below. Thanks for your support, it really is appreciated. Wick has a distinctive tattoo on his back featuring the Latin phrase, Fortis Fortuna Adjuvat, which roughly translates to "Fortune favours the strong." This motto is commonly used by military units around the world. Given Wick's skills and determination, it wouldn't be surprising if his past included some military experience. The late Lance Reddick portrays the concierge of the Continental, a hotel catering to assassins and hitmen seeking a safe haven in the city. His character is named Charon, which seems fitting given his role. In Greek mythology, Charon is the ferryman who provides safe passage across the river Styx, but only if you pay him with coins. In the film, Charon is also paid in coins at the Continental. In the film, a security guard who waves Wick onto an airport runway can be seen reading a book titled Shibumi. Fittingly, the book is about an assassin who is drawn back into action, making it a subtle nod to the film's own themes. Reeves performs the majority of his own stunts. According to the actor, he did 90% of these in the movie. This has given the editors more flexibility in the cutting room, as they don't need to make cuts to accommodate a stunt double's takes, because for the most part, there isn't one. Bridget Moynihan, who plays Helen Wick, John's deceased wife in flashbacks, revealed that she purposely didn't read the entire script to avoid being influenced by her on-screen husband's lethal skills. She explained, "There was a large portion of the story that I didn't want to be informed about. I didn't want or need to know that side of John. Helen brought love, light and joy into his life. Knowing the other side of it would have made it a completely different story for me." While filming on location in New York City, Stahelski and Leach had to be careful when staging shootouts and car chases, not just for safety reasons. Their filming permit didn't allow for the use of blank ammunition, so computer-generated muzzle flashes were often used. The permit also prohibited cars from speeding, even when the streets were closed off. While John Wick's interests may seem largely confined to creatively eliminating his enemies, he's apparently capable of expressing himself through less violent means as well. According to Reeves, the script featured a scene where Wick restores old leather-bound books. Although the scene was filmed, it ultimately didn't make the final cut. If you've noticed that Vigo, played by the late Michael Nyqvist, sometimes wears a hat and other times doesn't, there's a practical reason behind it. During filming, he accidentally split his head open, requiring stitches. Since a wig couldn't be used due to the injury, it was his idea to wear a hat for the remainder of the film. One pivotal role required the perfect star to meet the director's strict requirement of looking like a prick. At the time, one of the most recognisable pricks in popular culture was Alfie Allen's portrayal of Theon Greyjoy in Game of Thrones, and he was cast for this very reason. The creative team behind the film knew that audiences needed to be made to despise the character in order to fully empathise with John Wick's quest for revenge. By casting Allen, they ensured that the audience would immediately dislike him, making it easier for them to push forward with the puppy's tragic death. While John hasn't mentioned having a brother, and it's highly unlikely that Steve Austin would join Keanu Reeves in an installment of the franchise, there is an undeniable connection between Baba Yaga and Austin's Tommy Wick from the 2013 film The Package. Austin's Wick is just as deadly, and while it may seem like a mere coincidence that they share the same surname, the connection becomes more significant when you realise both John Wick and The Package were both written by Derek Kolstad. It's possible that the intention was for the Wick brothers to exist in the same universe without ever crossing paths. Or perhaps Kolstad just simply likes using his granddad's surname. While much has been made of the history between Keanu Reeves, his directors and co-stars, one famous name in the opening credits might come as a surprise. Eva Longoria, star of Desperate Housewives, is credited as a producer. It appears her role was limited to funding as a studio investor, with no direct involvement in the film's production beyond this though. Lionsgate has released a television series, The Continental, based on the hotel. Meanwhile, there is a spin-off film, Ballerina, about a dancer turned assassin seeking revenge. That began filming in 2022 and will be released in 2025. It stars Ana de Armas, and Reeves has confirmed that he'll make a cameo in the movie. At its core, John Wick is about a skilled assassin taking down a number of people in New York, making it the perfect material for a video game. Following the film's success, 2 video games were released. The first, John Wick Chronicles, was a virtual reality game that debuted in 2017, around the same time as the first sequel. This was followed by John Wick Hex, a prequel game which came out in 2019. And there you have it, folks. You now know a little bit more about John Wick. If you enjoyed the video, which I presume you did as you got this far, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos coming to Rocky Watches Movies. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.